Ah, good day for walking. Aren't we lucky?
Welcome to Just a Dark Gaming. Today I'll be giving you my impressions on Final Fantasy XV's demo, episode Duske. Now, I'm a huge fan of Final Fantasy. It holds a special place in my heart, being one of the very first gaming series I ever played. However, since the beginning, it's obviously changed. It's moved away from its traditional fantasy roots with the injection of more science fiction and modern elements. It's also moved away from traditional turn-based combat in favor of more action-oriented and other variations. I understand that game companies want their games to stay fresh and not become stale, but that shouldn't come at the cost of the game being good. Now, to be honest, I really haven't enjoyed a non-MMO Final Fantasy since Final Fantasy X, and so I really gotten bored of the series and not really paid attention to the development of 15. However, after a few sessions with the demo, I'd say I'm intrigued. If you're a Final Fantasy purist, you may not enjoy the new active combat system or the more modern setting. However, if you're a general RPG fan, especially an action RPG fan, this has the potential of being a great game.
I'm afraid.
We need to think bigger, like behemoth big.
Hunting down its horns.
Episode Duske has our heroes Noctis, the Prince of the Kingdom of Lucis, and his three companions, Ignis, Gladlius, and Prompto, stranded with a broken down car, having to raise money for repairs. This leads them to taking on a bounty for killing an infamous behemoth, Deadeye, with a reward that will more than cover the cost. From here, you can complete the task or explore the world at your own pace. Final Fantasy XV is an action RPG. In combat, you will only control Noctis, while your companions are controlled by AI. You can strike your foes with varied weapons that materialize in combat and change based on battle conditions. Through the menu, you can customize weapon use based on your own preference. Magic points are used for special attacks and evasive maneuvers. Each weapon has a special technique associated with it. You can use and swap techniques easily during battle. You can also dodge, parry, and counterattack, as well as warp in and out of combat, allowing you to get right into the fray of things or get some space to recuperate. Combat becomes an exciting mix of offense and defense that makes you monitor your MP use wisely. Use too much and you'll be put in stasis mode, leaving you vulnerable, recovering MP very slowly. If you fall in combat, every character has a secondary life bar that gives you or a companion a revival opportunity. But do be careful, it is game over if Noctis goes down. Combat, while solid, has some technical issues. I did notice a little bit of slowdown during a few occasions. However, more of an issue was the camera. There were times where it got way too close, and this led to enemies running out of view on a few occasions, which is a recipe for disaster in an action RPG. Lush fields, dense forests, dark caves, and ferocious monsters, coupled with dynamic weather effects and a day and night cycle, gives us a living, breathing world. These also lend themselves nicely to gameplay situations. Night will lead to more dangerous enemies appearing. This will involve some strategy on whether to journey on or camp out for the night. Weather effects such as fog make a stealth section where you must trail a behemoth to his lair all the more tense and cinematic. Generally, everything I saw in the demo looked fantastic, showing off what next generation consoles are capable of. Music-wise, except for battles, populated areas, and events, you will have little background music. However, this does make for an opportunity to peacefully explore, enjoy party banter, find new objectives, and points of interest. The music that is there does splice in some nostalgic songs, while putting in some great new tracks. Sound effects and voice work were also spot on, showing off a very polished product. Final Fantasy is finally giving us freedom, and I relished in it. The demo does take you across the whole map, but I decided to explore on my own. This led me through a forest, up some hills, to a Chocobo ranch shop. It was full of people, a shop to buy supplies, and an inn. I actually had a jolt of excitement, as I felt I had discovered something through exploration, a feeling I have not felt in Final Fantasy for some time.
Another interesting mechanic was camping. There is some strategy here. Not only will you camp to save or to avoid nightfall, but you will also be gaining levels. Instead of leveling up during battle, you'll build up experience points that can only be cashed in while camping. You will also consume a meal each time you camp, which gives you some buffs for battle, adding more strategic value to this new mechanic.
This demo does exactly what a demo should do. Gives you a little taste, and hopes you're going to want more. Now, I really enjoyed the new intense combat, open world, great sound design, beautiful visuals, coupled with the new strategic elements. There were a few blemishes here and there, but I'm hoping those will be addressed in the final product. As I said in the beginning, I've been pretty disappointed in Final Fantasy of late. It's not even they've changed from their roots, they were simply not great games. However, after playing this demo, I'm cautiously optimistic and intrigued. This may not be the great revival of classic Final Fantasy everyone's hoping it's going to be, but this could turn out to be a great action RPG. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, like me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter, leave me a comment below, and I'll have my Final Fantasy Type 0 review up shortly. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.